We've talked to this company before. I talked to them actually at the auto show as well. It's Drone Delivery Canada, from a delivery aspect, and even, if we go into lockdown, a surveillance aspect, they've been using it in some jurisdictions around the world. Michael Zahra, the CEO of Drone Delivery Canada, will join Supriya and I. I was going to say after the news, but we don't have any coming up. It's just more of the morning show. Global News Radio 640 Toronto. It is 8:35. Supriya and Stafford here on Global News Radio 640 Toronto as we continue, obviously, with our extended coverage of the COVID-19 issue and drones. Drones, I tell you. The perfect application for the COVID-19 pandemic. Drones can help minimize person-to-person contact, deliver supplies to those in need, companies, hospitals, labs, people, medical, pharmaceutical supplies to the remote rural areas, even suburban communities. Blood samples can be transported to labs for testing. For everything, we need to effectively manage the current situation. And there was a statement out yesterday from Drone Delivery Canada regarding the coronavirus and COVID-19 and how the company is able to maybe help us out. They also have robust health, safety, and security protocols. And we've talked to Drone Delivery Canada on a couple of occasions, Supriya. Michael Zahra is the CEO and joins us on the line. And Michael, we even talked at the auto show.
Yes, we did. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Very well. And I didn't get a chance down to the to your display to see the big bugger. What's it called? The Condor?
That's the Condor, 200-kilometer range and 400 pounds of cargo.
All right. So how can you help us out in this situation?
So we are in discussions with the federal government, the provincial government, and a number of healthcare authorities across the country. We've made our case, as you said at the beginning, for what we can do in terms of moving supplies, and we're in discussions with them, and we're hoping that we move quickly.
All right. Give us some scenarios, Michael, where this can come in handy.
You mentioned rural and remote communities and suburban communities where maybe they don't have easy access to food, medical supplies, or even hospitals who want to transport blood or blood samples to a laboratory for testing. But the really, really important use case that we all need to remember is First Nations communities. There's about 1,000 First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities in Canada, and their health care is, I would say, suboptimal, at least, given the infrastructure they have, the remoteness they have, and they suffered quite a bit during SARS. So we're hoping that the government can see this application and use drones for supplies and cargo inbound and outbound from those communities.
Well, I know I was reading yesterday, Michael, a lot of Indigenous areas are self-containing themselves. They've sealed off their entries and exits from the native land.
Right, absolutely. And some of them are on islands. So, if they're sealed off, which is the right thing to do, how do they get supplies in and out? That's the problem. So unmanned drone is a perfect solution. Yeah,
I was reading an article a month or so ago in the Globe and Mail about the effort that goes in to build these winter ice roads.
Right.
Oh my God, it's a task.
Well, and those winter ice roads are going to be gone now, so now they're going to be completely isolated with the warmer weather.
Bria?
Yeah, Michael, in another lifetime, it seems I used to be a lobbyist, and I always found in my own experience when you're reaching out to government and trying to engage them, and you are part of a disruptive technology, let's say, which drones obviously are, you don't always get as much of a welcomed reception. But so my question to you would be: is government, are they listening more, given the fact that this situation has really highlighted the importance and the need for your company and the technology and the benefits that drones do provide?
Well, that's a great point. I mean, we historically have always had a very strong relationship with the government. We've been working with them on First Nations projects for quite a while. So the good thing is they already know about us. We've got a relationship with Indigenous Services as well as Transport Canada. So we're well known within Ottawa. So yes, it is a disruptive technology. It is something new, but sometimes you need an event like this to give it a little extra push. But yeah, they're definitely receptive and trying to fit us into the whole scheme that they're putting together to find a solution.
Michael, I guess last question as well. I know that are there not some jurisdictions around the world that have used drone technology? One, to, I think, maybe keep an eye on enforced isolation, remaining at home, or two, just out in the skies to keep an eye on civil order?
Yeah, I mean, there are other applications besides cargo. We don't really care what the cargo is. So if the cargo were cameras or sensors or these sort of things, that's up to the government to decide on that application. But there have been some countries who've used drones for monitoring and even just for communicating to large crowds to ask them to disperse and social distancing and reminders and these sort of things. So it can be used for a variety of applications.
And in these times, the person-to-person contact is as minimized as you can get.
Absolutely. I mean, you can move cargo. You know, the analogy or the example that we talked about to a First Nations community who's on an island. They're now isolated. You can have a drone going back and forth, and it's unmanned. There's no exposure, and you can now be bringing medical supplies in and what have you. So it's a perfect use case.
Well, let's hope that the branches of government can take advantage of what you can provide in terms of safety and much-needed supplies. Michael, we thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Take care. This is Michael Zahra. He is CEO of Drone Delivery Canada.